not weird. Uh, terrify,
Terrifying.
terrifying. Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
then he said it was terrifying because she was so tiny, and he said uh, that little thing in his chest uh, made him
Scared.
felt
Terrified.
scared, terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Do you remember how much she weighed?
5 pounds.
5 pounds, right? So
Yes.
she was premature. She was very, and then
Mm-hmm.
one of the last words or adjectives that we could use to describe that was the fact that she was very vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah, she was,
Vulnerable.
and that's why he was terrified because he had that little thing, that tiny little thing, very, very vulnerable on his chest. So it was a big responsibility. So
Uh-huh.
so he felt like that, right? Okay.
Right.
Um, so that's the okay. But then there was something about her birthday, the day she was born. She was
Yeah.
born on.
She was born on the same day of Bono's birthday.
Okay, so she was born on his birthday, and
On
that
his birthday.
okay,
Yes.
and that made them.
The cosmic twins.
Twins. You know, yesterday at night, late at night, I was recording this video, and I used this YouTube video in a mind map that I was and I am preparing. Maybe tomorrow we can go over this. Today we
Mhm.
finish the video, we discuss vocabulary, do everything, and then tomorrow we wrap up with this mind map and the film and everything. But I was doing this last night, and I just can't get over the fact that you nailed it, that you figured it out, so easily. Cosmic twins. And I was there. What? Cause my twins? No, Fredo, it's cosmic twins.
Cosmic
So you
twins.
should be very proud of yourself because I think you did very well. So anyway, that made them cosmic twins,
Cosmic
like
twins.
soulmates. And
Soulmates.
and then Bono said something about the way he felt about their relationship, the way they were connected, what they meant to each other. Do you remember what he said? It was right
Uh,
after he said something about birthday gift and then their connection. I've already given you the keywords:
yeah.
birthday, gift.
Yeah. I just remember that he said uh, because because she was born in
On his birthday.
on his birthday. She was a gift for or to
Well,
him,
in fact, it was a gift to him,
to
right?
him.
A gift to
Uh-huh.
him. Um, but he said it was the greatest gift he could ever ask for, or could ever get, right? She was
Uh-huh.
the greatest gift. And about their relationship. So they were cosmic twins. So it was
Yeah.
like they were born, or they were born for each other.
Yes, that's it.
And that's it. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, Alfredo, don't push it. Okay, I'm having my coffee here today.
but he said this
Yes. Okay.
that
So
they were born for each other.
they were born for each other.
Yeah,
That's it. Okay.
that's it.
All right. So let me get the link here for us to continue with this video then. Okay. I think I just have to go back a little bit. 1 second.
Just to uh, just to what? what, I don't know, but uh, maybe I maybe I need to open the door for the
2 weeks.
clean lady
Ah,
in some
okay.
weeks.
Don't worry. I mean, just, whenever you need to take whatever a break to do whatever, it's fine. Don't worry. Okay,
Okay,
but I know the word you're looking for. I'm just gonna type it in the chat box for you. You
good.
can say, "Let me give you a heads up." So, heads up is an expression that we use when you want to say something in advance. Something is gonna happen, and you want to warn the person. So it's a kind of warning, right? Heads
Uh-huh.
up. So let me give you a heads up.
Heads de
Heads and the
uh-huh.
preposition
Yeah.
up.
Head,
Heads up.
head, heads off.
Yeah, let me
This.
give you a heads up.
Okay.
Okay? Right, so here we go. And let me just open the chat here and we're going to view this together.
It's the most terrifying thing in the world to have this little thing right there. You were born on my birthday. Greatest gift I could ever
Cosmic
get.
twins.
Cosmic twins. But I think there's something, we were born for each other.
Still can't believe you made mom drive herself to the hospital while she was in labor.
I did not make your mother. She wouldn't let me drive. She just wouldn't trust me driving.
You grow and evolve into this role that you've played for me in my life. And what have you learned through that experience?
They say being in a band is like a extended childhood. I don't really agree with that because actually I think to have the friction of equals is quite mature. That said, all the sort of gangland, youthful silliness stays with you. So I'm not sure I was the most evolved man. I'm still working on that. And your mother's was incredible immediately. And I just kind of followed her around and did what she said. My father, when we announced that your mother was pregnant with you, he just laughed. He laughed and he just looked at me and he just went, revenge. Truth of it is you weren't revenge. And you and your sister Eve, you were the most incredible kids. I feel I have learned a lot from you, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we actually played this part yesterday,
Yes.
but you were not here. See, so
Yes.
so today I think we need to see it
Yeah,
again.
I wasn't here.
Okay, so tell me. Uh, well, we've already talked about this, but it doesn't hurt to just to repeat to practice, right?
Right.
About driving to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So Jordan,
Yeah.
she well, actually, I had a problem last night thinking about the word for this. Let me see what the way you're going to formulate this. What did she do when she said, "I can't believe you made mom blah blah blah"? Okay, she started it.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What was she doing when she said that? What verb would you use to describe the way she spoke to her father about that? Was she really angry at him because he had done something
No,
terrible?
not angry. Maybe a little sarcastic. I don't know.
Well, sarcasm works. We could definitely use that, but we could use the verb to tease.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think she was teasing him, right?
Uh-huh.
So she teased him,
Mm-hmm.
saying that she couldn't believe what
She couldn't believe that
he had made her,
he had made her
her
mother uh, drive
herself.
drive herself to the hospital when she was in labor.
Beautiful. Oh my God, coffee is a wonderful chemical, isn't it? It's a
Yeah,
chemical.
it is.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. And then he said
How did he respond?
he he didn't make make her
Drive.
drive to the hospital, but
The fact was,
the fact was that she wouldn't had wouldn't I
no,
don't know,
she wouldn't.
she
Yeah,
wouldn't.
the fact
Yeah.
is, under no you see, we could even say something like this: under no circumstance she would
Yes, she
to
wouldn't
allow
um,
him
allow him to drive.
to drive.
Yeah, and then he
And
said,
his guess was that she didn't trust him
yeah, it, she didn't trust him
driving.
driving. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Perfect. Right. So that was the first part, right? Okay.
Right.
And
Mhm.
then she talked about the kind of role that
Yeah,
he
a
played,
lesson.
yeah,
Yes.
that he played in her life,
Hmm.
and
And
what
she
had she wanted to know what he had learned so far
had learned. Yes.
through that experience.
Uh-huh. Uh, well, he started to answer with um with a comment about his band.
And what's the comment?
Yeah, he said, uh, um,
What do people usually say about being in a band?
yeah, he said they said uh,
Being a
they
band
said
is
that
like,
being in a band is like a childhood,
exactly, like an extended childhood.
an extended childhood. Yes,
Did he?
but he didn't agree because he thought that because they divide, they what? Not
Well,
divide.
well,
They
well. He referred to, I don't know. We could call it a concept. He said, well, the friction, you
ah
know, the
yeah.
friction of equals. You're in a band,
Uh-huh.
four males, right?
Hmm.
Four alpha males, if you will, equals. So there's a lot of friction. So
Yeah.
for that, the friction of equals is mature. It's a
Is
mature thing.
material. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then
And then he made a concession because
yes.
even though he didn't agree, even though he said that that friction of equals made them mature, if you will,
Mhm.
and it's funny, it's interesting the way he linked because, well, that said, in other words, I've already said that. So let's
Uh-huh.
put that aside, right? Then he mentioned something else. He said something about gangland, gangland youthful silliness. You know, like you're in a band, you're young, and you do silly things, right?
Hmm.
So that gangland youthful silliness goes
Hmm.
away or stay with them
I stay with them.
over the years, right? It doesn't matter how old they are, they
Hmm.
still behave like teenagers in a band.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, what else?
What else?
But at this point he had not answered the question yet, right? Because
Yes.
the question was, what have you learned?
Have
So
you learned?
he was talking about, in the end he was talking about how evolved he was. Did he
Uh-huh.
consider himself very evolved?
Uh-huh. Yeah. He said he that her mother um was uh, incredible, and um, she made everything immediately,
Mm-hmm.
and he just um, he just made the things that she said.
Great.
But
Let's use
he,
the verb to
he,
follow.
he used, yes, follow.
Yeah,
He
she was
followed
great. She was
her.
great. She was
Yeah.
awesome. She was incredible from the very beginning when they were
Yeah.
very young, and he
Uh-huh.
just followed her around. So
Yes.
maybe she was the one together. She was the one making the decisions. She was the
Hmm.
one being smart and reasonable, and he followed her. He trusted her because they were a
Yes.
great couple together. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so that was the role his wife played, right? But then
Hmm.
he talked about that there's something interesting. Do you remember when he mentioned his father?
Yeah.
He talked about the
Yeah.
moment when they announced to his father that she was pregnant, that they were going
Yes.
to have a baby. What did he say?
Uh, Revenge.
Yes, his father joked with him, right?
Uh-huh.
And he said, revenge.
Uh-huh.
What did he mean by that? How would you explain this, Veronica? When his father said, you're going to have a baby, revenge. What did he mean by that?
Um, well,
Do you think he, as
I
a,
don't know for sure because I understood that they they had not have a good relationship, but
yes, they didn't have a good relationship because remember, in the first part of the video, in the very beginning, when Jordan said his mom died when he was only 14 years old, and she asked if the band had become a family to him,
uh-huh,
and he confirmed, saying that you two became like a
yeah,
surrogate family.
uh-huh,
And they were three Irishmen, very aggressive,
uh-huh,
living together in a very small house in the north of Dublin.
hmm,
Do you also
yeah,
remember he said the house was just a house?
hmm,
It was no longer a home to him.
yeah,
So I think you're right in saying that the relationship wasn't so good.
hmm,
Bono even admitted in the beginning, saying that he believed, he acknowledged that probably he was the root of
hmm,
most of the problems,
hmm,
right? Okay, but back to revenge. So when his father said, "You're gonna have kids," revenge.
yeah,
What did
maybe.
what did he mean? Do you think he was being sarcastic, or do you
Yes,
or do you
yes.
think he was being mean, or
Uh,
both?
no, I think no, I think he was sarcastic.
He was sarcastic, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Okay, but again, what did he mean when he said revenge?
I think he wanna mean um, that Bono. Um,
Like it was his turn. Now it's your turn to pay the price.
yeah, maybe.
I've had two kids. Now it's your turn. Now you're gonna
Yeah.
see what it's like to have
Yeah.
kids.
Hmm.
Yeah. But to Bono, was it revenge?
Uh,
Because he turned to Jordan and he said, "Oh yes, but you were revenge, or you weren't revenge."
I think he said they weren't
Exactly. Why not? But they weren't revenge.
because he uh, he won a lot of love, especially from her.
And what about personal growth? Do you think he learned a lot? He grew a lot through the
I think
experience of having kids?
uh, I think he said he he's still learning,
Yes, he's still evolving.
involving. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And Jordan and her sister, according to him, were great kids. Okay?
Yes. Mhm.
Excellent. So let's advance. Here we go.
With you. So I'm not sure I was the most evolved man. I'm still working on that. And your mother's was incredible immediately. And I just kind of followed her around and did what she said. My father, when we announced that your mother was pregnant with you, he just laughed. He laughed and he just looked at me and he just went, revenge. Truth of it is you weren't revenge. And you and your sister Eve, you were the most incredible kids. I feel I have learned a lot from you, actually.
Sorry, I had to stop. No, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. I want to. Well, actually, it's a personal question about your experience, especially lately, in the last 6 months, 9 months, I don't know, about your English. Do you realize how much your memory has changed when it comes to remembering words, vocabulary, and so on?
Yeah.
Because, you know, today for you did it again. When you remembered what he said about his wife and the role she played, you remembered the word immediately, verbatim,
What word? What word?
immediately.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
When because he said, well, your mom was incredible,
Mhm.
immediately. And you
Yeah.
know, I find that very interesting because even though I've seen the video more times than you, because you know,
Mhm.
I knew what I was going to use, I prepared a few things and so on. But you know, for me it's interesting because, and then that's why perhaps we have a conflict when it comes to working on the map,
Yeah.
because of the words that I register. So for me, the word incredible, like your mom was incredible, she was
Mhm.
perfect, she was awesome. You know, I
Mhm.
normally registered that more strongly than the other one. But in this particular case, the word immediately, you know, I would like to admit that is equally important. And I think it's interesting because sometimes I listen to you and I ask myself, did he say that? And oftentimes, you're right.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, it's,
1 minute. I
yeah,
have to. Okay.
okay, go ahead, don't worry.
Okay, I'm back.
You're back? Good.
Yeah. So, but I think we are a case study because I don't know why I do this, but yeah, I agree that we think in keywords different.
Yes, yes. But you know, that doesn't surprise me. You know, this is something it's something I have very clear in my mind. Whenever I instruct people about how they could use the map and so on, I always warn them. You know, a mind map is a personal thing. It's very personal. From time to time, you meet someone who thinks almost exactly as you do. So, for example, in my experience here in the school, I must have had like two or three, not more than five students
Mhm.
who organize information on the map exactly the way I do. So, which means that our maps, you know, the maps they make and the maps
Mhm.
that I make, they're kind of interchangeable. You know, they can use my maps immediately. I can read their maps immediately, and everybody's happy about this, you know. But 95% of my other students, they don't. You know, they struggle with the the places where I put information, the way I link them, and so on.
Yeah, and that's me.
Yeah, but I don't see this.
I think I choose the wrong words,
You think?
Why immediately it's important? I don't know.
But I think, but that's the secret. I think it's a combination of choosing words that are important to you, but more than that, and I think you're still in the process because you have a little bit of a rejection with the map because it's not that it doesn't work. I think it works for you too. It's just that it probably doesn't work as efficiently as you would like it to work. But I think what happens is this. Why do I like it so much? Well, it's because when I pick up words, regardless of how close they are to your words or not, the point is, in my map, they really trigger my memory. You see, I think that's the key. It doesn't matter what you put on the map, but whatever it is, it has to function as a trigger. In other words, you look at that thing and it triggers your memory. It links to things that, and it comes very naturally. You don't have to think too much, For example, yesterday, I still have the map here that I was working on yesterday. Just to give you an idea. For instance, I wrote, for example, I wrote 3 words here: born, birthday, cosmic twins. Well, I think that's for you because you know the story. The connection is obvious, right? But think about somebody who doesn't know the story. They look at my map and they see born, birthday, cosmic twins. What the hell is that? Because they go, okay, one day you're born. Well, and the day you were born is your birthday, right?
Birthday, yes.
Okay, I think I understood. The sentence is that. No, it's not that at all. And what about cosmic twins? Oh, it's something that has got to do with astrology, has got to do with, I don't know, astrophysics.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so you were born on my birthday. In this case, Jordan was born on his birthday. So you see the preposition on, his, none of these are necessary to me because, one thing triggers the other. So I think that it's not that you choose the wrong words. No, I think you choose words that are important for you. But the next step is perhaps just to think about this, to question whether or not they function as a trigger. Anyway, I forgot to ask you a question. Is the audio coming all right to you today? Because I changed the position of the microphone, but it's okay, right?
Yes.
Because yesterday we had a problem. The connection was not very good, and the quality of the image had dropped, right? But today's fine for you
Yes.
too. Okay,
Yes.
great. So that's it, right? He thought the 2 kids were great. They were the greatest kids, and he learned a lot from them. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's advance. 180 perhaps. Here we go.
What would you say is your greatest achievement?
I think if celebrity is ridiculous, it's ridiculous because it upends God's values. So somebody like me, or a movie star or sports star, we're overpaid, overregarded, and a nurse or a fireman are just supposed to be normal. But actually, that's the wrong way around, because they're actually heroes and we're not.
I love that part. Okay, can you tell me what you understood?
Yes. Jordan asked, what was his greatest achievement?
Yes, that's exactly it.
And he said that celebrity is ridiculous,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and uh, he said he thinks um, I just remember the part that he said about the nurses and the firemen.
Okay, but go ahead. Say that.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because he think the the celebrity is not a hero. Um, he thinks the and for instance, the nurses and the firemen,
Mm-hmm.
they uh, they are heroes,
Mm-hmm.
but the celebrity is they are overpaid,
Yes.
and
They're
they
overpaid and they're over.
uh, over, I don't know, famous, and all the glory is
They're over regarded.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And that's it.
Mm. Okay. So wait a second. So he said that a fireman and the nurse, they're the real heroes. The
Mhm.
rock stars, the celebrities are not. And so he thinks that we have this the wrong way around. In other words, we look at celebrities and they're like gods, they're like heroes. And we look at firemen and we look at nurses and they're not. So he is very humble when he says that.
That is that part about God that he say I
Yes,
up and
y-
up and what?
my God,
And God.
I'm impressed with your coffee. I'm really impressed. You know how powerful it is, right? You're aware of it, right? I don't have
Yes,
to tell
I'm
you this,
aware.
right? Two different people, two completely different person. One person with coffee, another person without coffee. You even remember the verb he used. He said that celebrity, the way we deal with it, it's ridiculous because it upends, it upends God values. And
God,
then he offered that example, right?
mhm.
So interpretation time. I know it's the first time you're coming across this verb upend. I don't think you've ever heard this before.
Yeah,
For
no.
me, it was the first time, honestly.
Mhm.
And then once again, once you heard it once, it triggers, and then you see it everywhere. After I heard Bono using it and I paid attention, this week I must have seen at least three other people using it. Okay?
Mhm.
But what does it mean to you? What do you think? He said, look, the way we look at celebrities, ridiculous. It upends God values. What do you think that means?
Um, maybe it it leads, but um, in a false way, or in a false,
That's
I don't
good.
know.
It's okay. That's good enough because it's clear to me you understood. I looked it up in a dictionary. It means destroy, invalidates. So invalidates, for example, it's perfect because you have God's values, and it goes there and it destroys the way we deal with celebrity, right?
Mhm. Right.
Okay, but isn't that interesting what he says? That he thinks that celebrities are overpaid and
Mhm.
overregarded.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way? Do you agree with that? It's
Yes.
totally true, isn't it?
Mhm.
Okay, but he thinks it's ridiculous. Okay. But I want to play this part one more time to you because I have a little challenge for you. it's interpretation, but also language usage. I want you to pay attention to what Bono says about celebrity. And he starts his sentence with, okay, celebrity is ridiculous. And then he uses the word if in his sentence. Question. Pay attention to it. Tell me if you agree with the way he's constructing that sentence. If you see anything wrong with it, what is it? How do you feel about that? Okay? It's about celebrity and the way he constructs his thoughts, his ideas, the way he expresses it. See if you, I don't know. Here we go. And let me just see, 280.
What would you say is your greatest achievement?
I think if celebrity is ridiculous, it's ridiculous because it upends God's values. So somebody like me, or a movie star or sports star, we're overpaid, overregarded, and a nurse or a fireman are just supposed to be normal. But actually, that's the wrong way around, because they're actually heroes and we're not. You know, Bjork is a friend, and
For me, it's all good.
It's all good.
I'm
Okay.
sorry if you don't understand.
See, I have a problem. I miss Cosmic Twins, and I think I have to buy this Catu Dare coffee, maybe. No, what I meant is this. Have a look one more time. I'll stop right on the spot. 1 minute.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
What would you say is your greatest achievement?
I think if celebrity is ridiculous,
What did he say?
It's ridiculous because
Did you hear that? I didn't hear something else. One more time. You see, that's the conflicting thing for me. For somebody who gets Cosmic Twins, you should have gotten this. But don't worry. Let's have a look one more time.
okay.
Maybe it's just me. It's just a detail, but I think it's interesting. Okay, here we go.
What would you say is your greatest achievement?
I think if celebrity is ridiculous,
What did he say?
The same thing. Celebrity is ridiculous.
But
It's
before that,
so
he-
celebrity is ridiculous.
okay, I'm intrigued. Okay, wait a second. I can prove because I have the subtitles, but I'm not gonna use them yet. Wait a minute.
Celebrity is ridiculous.
One last time.
Still can't believe you made mom drive
Sorry.
herself to the hospital while she.
My God, made a mistake here. 1 minute. With the numbers. Oh, stupid me. I meant to type 295 and I typed 195. Okay.
because it upends God's values. So
Sorry again.
That's
God,
the man.
maybe I need
Coffee.
I definitely need coffee today. Here we go.
What would you say is your greatest achievement?
I think if celebrity is ridiculous,
He said if
Yes.
if
Yes.
Celebrity is ridiculous.
Okay. Do you see a problem with that?
Uh, wow. Let me think.
Because he said, look, he said this. Well, I think that celebrity, if I think that if celebrity is ridiculous. But wait a minute. If he says that, I think that if celebrity is ridiculous. So he doesn't think it's ridiculous. He is questioning it. If it is ridiculous, right? Because there was an if there. Does that make sense to you? Because you see, if he said celebrity is something ridiculous, then I don't have a problem with that because everything he said later completely matched that, completely agrees with that. But there's an if there. Can you explain that?
No, just
No.
accept.
You just accept.
You accept.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to tell you now, but don't forget that. Don't forget that we could, as investigators of the language, right? Let's put it this way. We could say that there is an if misplaced, but we don't know why. So let's watch the rest of the video, and then maybe later we can come back and figure it out. Deal? Okay. But at this point, we know this, right? We've got the wrong way around. Nurses and firemen are heroes. They're not. They're overpaid, they're overregarded, and this kind of upends God's values. Okay? Let's just go forward with this. Okay.
Somebody like me, or a movie star or sports star, we're overpaid, overregarded, and a nurse or a fireman are just supposed to be normal. But actually, that's the wrong way around, because they're actually heroes and we're not. You know, Bjork is a friend and an inspiration, and she always says, you know, a musician in Iceland is like plumber. He's like carpenter. And we shouldn't see ourselves as something else. But if celebrity has anything to offer, it's that you can use your celebrity to shine a light on issues and put a spotlight on people whose voices are not heard. I think we do have to make a deal with ourselves, with our family, with God, about this inequality. So I just live a life that I think is the right life for our family. We try and deal privately with some redistribution of that wealth. But the most important thing that I can do is try to fight the causes of poverty. And they're structural, they're not simple. And that's why I'm in the One campaign. I think the thing that offends me the most is the waste of human potential. If I had a definition of love, it was something to do with realizing the potential of the people around you. I was a chess player when I was a teenager, and I see some down and out sleeping on a park bench, and I think, he could be a champion chess player or an athlete who's smoking crack. That's what it all comes down to for me, is that we can realize each other's potential. You know, you look at a disease like malaria and you think of all the Mozarts, all the Steve Jobs, all the Bill and Melinda Gateses, all the brilliant people. We don't know how many of them we've lost through a tiny vaccination or a bed net. Not having that. That's probably at the heart of who I am.
Tomorrow.
So, just before we go, what time is it, by the way? Oh my God.
32, but no problem.
Time with you flies, my dear friend. So tell me. So what?
A lot of information.
Yeah.
First. Yeah.
First of all, it's a lot of information. Okay.
Yeah. But I understood.
So, what is the key message there to you?
Well, so I understood why he used the if
You
in the
understood?
beginning.
Yes.
Yeah,
So explain
yes,
explain that to me first, and then tomorrow we can wrap it up. Explain
yes, because
the if thing.
yeah, because he thinks being a celebrity,
Mm-hmm.
um, he can um, he can um, he can put he used the word spotlight
Mm-hmm.
in in in,
On
in that
issues. Mm-hmm.
on issues, yeah, on issues and on that people, nurses and firemen that don't have a voice.
Exactly. They can't be heard. Nobody
Yes.
will listen to them, but there's a
So
good chance that some people might listen to Bono.
yeah, maybe he thinks that celebrity is like a tool
Mm-hmm.
to uh, to help this to help these issues, these some questions, or well,
Mm-hmm.
um, that's it.
Okay. So if you had to explain to someone, right? Because you've already proven to me you understood. But
Mhm.
if you had to explain to somebody else, what is that if doing there? Why is it there? What happened? Because it's misplaced. It's in the wrong place. How can we fix that? Okay, so I think that if celebrate what? If celebrity what? What was missing there?
Mm. Oh my god.
Because you see, for us, because we are, like I said, investigators, we are like users of the language. This is a
Mhm.
very good exercise for us. How do we fix that? Well, one way is to do something like this. I think that celebrity, oh, no, he started with if. So I think that if celebrity serves us any good, suppose we say something like this.
Mhm.
I think that if celebrity has any value, in other words, I think that if being a celebrity is worth anything, then we could jump to that part when you talked about shining a light on issues like poverty, distribution
Mhm.
of wealth, and things like that.
Mhm.
But then he stopped and he said that celebrity is ridiculous because they're overpaid, overvalued, and so on. Why do you think that happened to him? Is it because his English is bad?
No, I
Can,
don't
can,
think
can you
she's bad.
can you explain this phenomenon? What happened there? Why did he misplace that if? I think it's because we do that, we human beings.
Mhm.
Our brain, sometimes we have a lot of information. In his brain, he already had that answer kind of formulated. He already had the pieces that he was going to put together. He was going to say two things. He was going to say that celebrity is ridiculous. First of all, I'm a celebrity, but I think that's stupid. But okay, even though it's stupid, I can do it differently. I can
Mhm.
put my celebrity status to good use by doing that, by shining a light. And the thing is, when he started speaking, he mixed them. He put them
Yeah.
in the wrong order. Or he started saying something and then said, well, maybe I shouldn't start here. And then he stopped and he started talking about something else.
Mhm.
So my point is, the reason why I want to show that to my students is that if that happens to a native speaker, can you imagine what can happen to us? Because English is not our first language, English
Yes.
is not our mother tongue.
Mhm.
So that's it.
Yeah.
You know, it's very easy for us to mess things up. I was
Mhm.
recording a video the other day Actually, yesterday. Seriously, I think I'm gonna have to go to a doctor. I mean, maybe I'm already developing Alzheimer's or something. And I'm glad that I have the camera to help me. Know what I did yesterday? I was recording a video and I wanted to say something like this. I wanted to offer an example with the verb dare to be in its two forms, singular and plural. Okay, and for singular, I wanted to describe a street, just a regular street. But on that street, there's only one tree. There's a big tree. And the scene I'm describing is a scene in which kids are playing under that tree in the summer because it's got a big shade, right? And because it's the only tree, there's only one tree in that street. There were 3 cars parked under the tree, to protect from the sun. You may not believe this, but I did that. I recorded that video. And 2 or 3 times when I wanted to talk about the tree, I referred to the tree using the word street. And I said, and under that street, there were kids playing. But the amazing thing is, like I'm doing it now and I'm 100% aware of what I'm doing. When I did that in the video, you have no idea my shock. When I played the video, I said, what? What? I did that? Retarded, I saw a retarded person. I said, I can't believe this is happening. So you see, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's age or maybe it's the brain. I mean, if that happens to Bono, why can't it happen to us, right? So maybe this is just a warning for us to be perhaps a little bit more alert.
Yeah.
So today's Thursday, right? Tomorrow is our last session of this 10 days live sessions. Thank you again for coming. Can I ask you a favor for tomorrow?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Make a large portion of coffee. Make a large serving for you.
Okay.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
The impact is just incredible.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Dear, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye.